They were all farmers down there. All. Now, few of the men, see, they wasn't allowed to learn to read in slavery. Very few slaves learned to read. But now some of the men learned to read. And I know
during slavery or after?
After slavery. Because I know my mother said the men in the family, they would get as much education as they could. Say, but they said, ain't necessary to spend money on a girl, because she ain't going to be able to marry and have babies. And so they learned to read, the women did. But was supposed to spending money on them to learn, they didn't do it. But if they could, they would educate the men as much as they could, because they said the men had to make a living. And said, but the women, they were mothers. That was basically what my mother would say, and my dad too. So they would tell them, so now, girls they raise as families. But the men, some of the men learned, to read and like it. And some of them learned to be teachers. But now, they didn't go to no expenses educating the girl much, because they thought they would be mothers, and mothers supposed to be home with the babies and raise them. You see, they were, raise the family. Now, that's basically what we was taught, by word of mouth as we grew up, that wasn't too much money spent educating the girls. But if they could, they would try to learn the men as much as they could afford.